Ryan Hoyser here with Just a Guy, and I'm lucky enough to be joined by a couple friends here, Katie and Brian from Arcane Framework.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us,
Hello.
guys.
I'm not British.
So, Arcane Framework, that's a pretty unique name. How'd that come to be?
When forming the band, our former guitarist and I were kind of tossing around ideas. Had a lot of stupid ones, had a
That'll
few
happen.
decent takeaways, but Arcane Framework was one of the few that didn't involve food or genitals or animals. So
So you kept it PG-13 for the kids.
Yes, we did. It sounded cool. We stuck with it. Thought about changing it, but it was established. So
Just kind of stuck.
yeah.
I like it. No, I think it's a unique name, so that's awesome.
Mhm.
So, that's how you came up with the name. How'd you guys come to be then?
Through word of mouth, through being in the same town, through Craigslist.
I joined the band through Craigslist.
Oh man, you're that guy?
I'm that guy.
Yeah,
Hey, it's panned out pretty well, so I'm fine with being that
You
guy.
saw him, you didn't turn around, you're like, oh god, no.
Started with me jamming with a couple guys from high school. You know, one went the other direction, and we kind of we got a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, met up with Mike at a bar, and then she said, "Oh, my friend's band's looking for a drummer," and he's like, "I'm
It's all
looking
about
for
who
a
you know.
band." Exactly. So we did that, and then we found him 6 months down the road, and then
Oh, Craigslist guy.
On the streets.
That's pretty great, actually.
then another lineup changed about a year and a half ago, and we are who we are. It's got Mike and two of us.
These two clowns.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. So, I know I've been to a couple shows, and you guys rock. It's awesome. Um,
Okay, I guess.
I enjoy it.
Thank
I have
you.
a good time. Maybe it's the beers. Who knows?
Probably is.
But you guys kind of like a harder rock. Like, how'd that start? Like, it was just like, all right, we're just gonna play rock music. We're just gonna be heavy. This is what we're gonna do.
There's one genre we all have in common, and it's fun. It's fun to play.
That's awesome. Well, it's just like, all right, the collective, like, hey, we're gonna do this, and if you don't like it,
This
then
was probably based upon all our influences. I mean, you know, I can pick up a guitar and I can't do anything else but chug and play a heavy riff.
I
Like,
can chug
can't-
too. Hey, it's
yeah,
cool.
we,
but
we know Ryan, so but it's just the style, at least for me, that I fell into, that I've been playing since I was 13.
Yeah, I am not. I don't really consider myself a bassist. More so piano player, guitarist, but I love bass.
a true musician.
I think bass is not one of my strongest instruments, but I have a lot of fun with it.
Well, that's what it's all about, right? Go out
I
there,
love
have a little bit of fun.
the buzz and the vibration from it. And it's my bass
getting real
is
big
about
on
as
it?
big as I am, almost.
Slapping the bass, man.
It's up of the best, man.
So, how's the songwriting process come to be? Like, where do you find inspiration somewhere and just like jot something down? Do you find yourself in writer's block at all? Like, is it just like you toss ideas off each other? Like, how's
It
that?
usually just starts off with either Scott or myself will kind of have a guitar riff, and then we'll kind of just build off of that. Either we'll have a guitar riff that we think sounds cool, and we'll kind of be playing around with it, and then she'll be like, "What was that? Play that again." And then Mike will come up with a drum beat to it, and then a song will kind of just start getting built off of that.
That's awesome.
Sometimes it starts off with a bass riff. There's one song that stemmed from a song I wrote on piano, but it's mostly a collaboration. We don't have one songwriter. We actually have a couple songs that were written just by us feeling off the jam. Let's go with it. And we're all
Just
looking at each
jamming,
other
man.
like, "Whoa, that was cool. Shit, we're gonna forget this. Let's play it again before we forget it."
And then that's when we all remember that we have smartphones and we can record what we're doing, and
Terrible
so we
audio
don't forget
quality.
it. Forget for next time.
Well, that
It
sounded
works.
really good in my mind, but not so good on this phone now. Like, hey, check out this demo. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that one.
What we were playing last week.
Well, that's awesome. So you bounce stuff off each other. Do you guys all like find yourselves with the same like influence? Like, who's your top musician? Who's your favorite artist? What sounds the best to you?
Mine is Tori Amos, totally not hard rock at all.
See, that's
but-
interesting, right? So
But
how's
yeah,
that?
she comes from a different planet as far as what we kind of play. But a lot of her, I'm inspired
Venus,
by her.
right? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I think that's it.
She has an album called To Venus and Back.
Well,
But
see.
we all have different inspirations that kind of fall into.
A nice little box, a little package.
Yeah,
Here's Brian.
kind of going back to piano. I write a lot of stuff mostly on piano, not bass. So yeah, but as far as our influences, are just mostly just anything that's hard, thrashy, energetic,
Fun.
fun. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I play guitar because of Kurt Cobain, and I listen to heavy music because of Metallica, and then probably my main guitar playing influence is Mark Tremonti from Creed and Alter Bridge, so you'll see his influence definitely reflected upon my playing style.
I think a hipster just walked by, heard
especially-
Creed, he got a little pissed though.
Especially on the new EP that we're recording, my guitar tone at least is kind of emulated off of his. But I think like you were saying back to how a song is created. Just with all of us have such a diverse background in terms of our influences. Like Scott, for example, really into a lot of extreme metal like Arsis and Cannibal Corpse and Behemoth. But then he also likes stuff like Alice in Chains and stuff other mainstream rock.
So it's a broad genre. I
It
mean, we're
is.
going back and forth.
And then that's
going from Tori Amos to Cannibal Corpse. I mean, that's quite the variety of
right.
influences,
And,
right?
you can make the argument that no two of our songs sound the same because we're kind of all over the place. All of it, the four of us are all over the place, all lumped into one band.
That sounds like a fun night. You do this on stage too, right? No, I'm just kidding.
That's
No.
lumping up deep.
So with all these influences and other people you got, like, that inspire you from everywhere, basically, who's, like, you're some of the funnest bands to play with, or who's your favorite artist to work with on stage or before a show or at a show?
We like playing with Red Novella a lot. They're a lot of fun. We played with Bad Axis before. It's the project of the guitarist of Cold. We played with Nonpoint. It was a lot of fun.
Sweet show. I was there.
Subject to Change, they're always fun to play with. Psychopathic Days, they blow you right out of the water when they play. They're so heavy.
So is it really
So
fun to play
heavy.
with them if they're just like, like you can't hear anything anymore?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how you
They
know
got
you were at
some
a good concert.
808s and Violent Kill.
And
We're
Heartbreaks?
going to be playing with them.
Where's my
and
Kanye
we're
reference?
gonna-
Well, that's awesome. So, like, favorite shows then? Do you, like, have a specific venue you prefer to play with everyone? There's, like, one in particular, like, it's like a local spot, but it's, like,
We really
yours?
liked Chicago City Limits when they were still doing the live music every Friday, Saturday. Cobra Lounge is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I
so
think we've
far.
had some of the best shows at Cobra Lounge in terms of consistency. I still think our best one was when we played with Nonpoint last December.
Austin's, of
It's
course.
sold out, to between like 400 or 500 people.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Which is
stuck
huge.
between two very large women. It was unpleasant.
That'll happen.
The crowd
That will happen.
response and the energy is really what makes a good show for us.
And nothing went wrong, which is
Yes.
different
So it was
for
good.
us.
Thank you, technical difficulties.
Sorry.
Every band's gotta have one, I guess.
Well, so in terms of, like, different venues, like, do you help promote? Do you guys go, like, door to door almost? Or what, like, how do you guys go about
Not
it?
like Jehovah's Witness style, but
Be like, alright, so those Arcane Framework church, get them out of here.
have you heard
Through the
of?
windows. Oh, they're here again.
No, but we blast a lot on Facebook. We kind of do what we do tonight, going pass out some of this stuff.
I'm dropping them. They're
Hopefully-
useless now.
Hopefully, no one will throw in the garbage. And going to other people's shows, it helps a lot. People always remember when you show up at shows, and
Oh, definitely.
and they'll want to return the favor. So it's great having a good network of people that you support and knowing that they'll support you.
Again,
They
it's
got
all
your
about
back.
the people you know.
Yes, exactly.
So a little bit of social, a little bit of actual interaction with people. I think
Mhm.
making a connection. They're gonna like, oh yeah, I remember them. Let's go see their show.
Mm.
So you mentioned that you had some weird experiences, like stuff wasn't always working. What would be your most embarrassing experience on stage?
Him. Brian.
Just Brian in general.
Well,
Just like Brian,
essentially,
get off
I
the
mean,
stage.
anytime something goes wrong, it's with my equipment. I mean, even the first show I ever played, I popped a string, and it was in
Running
like the
around.
second to last song, and I'm just staring at my guitar. I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, all right, I'll change, because it was still like early in the song, so I decided to change guitars in the middle of the song. And for whatever reason, I was storing my extra guitar on the other side of
Like
the
the-
venue.
At least
basically.
you had it, right?
That's
I mean,
true.
What else
I
you like?
always come prepared, and so she's singing or doing whatever, and here comes Brian flying across the stage and running into the crowd to get his other
And
guitar.
he's not even technically in our band yet at this time.
Yeah, this was like my
Ignore the
my
Craigslist killer for a
tryout.
second.
So there was that, and my strap likes to fall off sometimes, and
Oh, aren't you the lady?
I guess.
I lost my voice once. We had played a show after I had been sick for the 2 weeks prior. It was at Cobra Lounge, and our second song into the set, right at the end, I went to sing and nothing came out. And I'm like, oh my.
What do you do?
We have like 40 minutes left, so it
So
was
Brian
terrifying.
grabs the mic, starts singing, and
No!
everyone
Doing
leaves.
Biscuit covers.
No.
We've seen those. Those were good.
No, but I just had some water and just
Toughed it
kinda
out?
Toughed it out. Yeah, it was scary though.
You took your inner Tori Amos and just.
Yeah, it didn't happen again, luckily, but
Well, I mean, that's gonna happen. You have some bad experience. So that's like the low point, though. What would be like? What was your high point? What was like maybe what's the favorite song you're playing, or was it just a moment you had on stage, or just even in practice, or you're just like, I'm really enjoying myself. This is really fun.
I think my favorite song right now to play is one of our new ones, Colorblind, and Insight Disguised is always a fun favorite of mine.
And you just get into the moment. You're just,
Yeah. When we play live, I sometimes demand people in the crowd to start a conga line. It happened once, and it hasn't happened again. But
A conga line. If you get
Yes.
people to do, if you get anyone to do that, be impressed. I don't care
Yeah.
where you're at.
so yeah, it'd be nice to see that again.
All right, conga line tomorrow night. Then.
Well, you're gonna start it, right?
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, I'm counting on you.
I can be there. I can do that. So we got the show tomorrow night, Brower House. You guys are headlining. That's pretty awesome. Do you guys do anything like to mentally prepare? Like, how do you get ready to go on stage? Like,
Carbo load at
lots of
Olive
pizza
Garden.
and
No,
Booby
I think
Beppo.
those are
little booby tobacco.
No, just drink lots of water and
Hydrate,
do my vocal warm-ups.
just like that. See, so you got a little prep action.
Get there on
Proper
time.
warm-ups and just
Calisthenics. Yeah, they get
exactly
stretching.
stretching, jumping jacks.
Make sure,
Push-ups are always good.
make sure stuff isn't broken.
Double check. Make sure the string isn't too tight.
No-
You're gonna plug
no-
it and
no
break
promises.
it.
His strings have no lifespan.
They don't. I'll change them and they'll still break.
Oh,
Woe is me. How
Is
big
that
is a violin?
Is that your
Is
second?
it-
I don't know. Are you gonna punch me
Whatever.
with it? Can't even handle these guys.
Yeah, we
So-
know.
This is your show tomorrow night. What else you guys got lined up for the rest of the year? Like any new music releases? Any big shows you're playing with? Anybody you're playing with that's gonna be
Just-
you're excited for?
Got like about one more week wrapped up for me to record vocals at Angry Man Studios. We're recording with Brad Dowsman. He recorded our first EP, and we're wrapping up our second one. So we're
No big deal. Brush your shoulders up.
No. So we're looking to see that come out about late spring.
Well, that's awesome. Well, that's awesome. We'll look forward to seeing that album come out in a couple months or so, and then we'll be at your show tomorrow too. So thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Cheers.
Thank you all.
Yay.